He did it, dude! He did it! Yes!
Give me a scream, Seth.
Ah!
A good thing I live alone.
Huh?
It's a good thing I live alone.
Yeah. Oh God, in out the sticks. Welcome to the last Big Motor Small Blade episode for, I guess, recapping a race in 2021. Not the last one of episode of 2021, but the last recap of 2021. The championship. Season's over. I'm depressed.
I'm not.
Oh. Yeah, no, I'm not either. What a fucking wow. I mean,
Yeah.
we've crowned three pretty good champions, I'd say.
At least one of them was hilarious.
Yeah. Two of them were definitely deserving. I don't know about Cup though. Yeah.
Whatever.
Seth, I'll give you free reign to say and go off give you a couple minutes to go off and talk about your boy.
I mean,
totally biased and everything. It's all you. The floor is yours.
Oh, this whole episode's going to be completely biased. I don't care anymore. I mean, I moved to the damn room with all the cars in it and set up the Larson shit behind me. Well, it was already set up. I set the camera up in front of the Larson shit. But yeah, whether or not I officially predicted any of this or not, I never in a million years expected anything like this. Just the level of teabaggery that occurred on a week-to-week basis.
Let's clarify that. Well, he's trying teabaggery is what he's yeah, go ahead.
That level of teabaggery is nothing short of incredible and far exceeded any expectation I had for this season. And it was hardly, like the wins and shit, other than Bristol, maybe, are hardly any of the tracks I would have really pinned early in the season to be Young Money. I figured
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, I don't know. I figured he'd win like Homestead or, well, he would have won Bristol Dirt. Thanks, Bill. I mean, I guess I expected him to be pretty good at the road courses. Probably
less
more
analytical, dude. Get what's your fucking emotions as your driver winning a championship?
I don't know. I think it's still all kind of settling in. I've never experienced anything like this before. So, I came into being a Gordon fan toward the end. Not the end, but, all the cool shit had already happened. Literally, the Daytona 500 win was the year prior, 2005, and that was the last one, and everything else that happened after that was fine, but not
you became
fantastic.
Fit in 06,
Well, I didn't really, I became a serious watcher of NASCAR in 06. So for me, the best season I'd ever really witnessed as a fan was probably Gordon 14, and that's not even close to this. Not even close, man. Fucking 10 wins, capping it off with a title on a fucking pit stop. Being a Gordon fan for all those years, I don't know how many fucking races they lost on pit road. Being a Larson fan for so long, and Ganassi sucked ass on pit road until he left, and then they jumped him at Darlington, which I'm still upset about. No, I'm not that upset about it, but
I hope not.
I'm not. But yeah, for his pit crew to be so lights out all year, and I'm just sitting there expecting they're gonna flub it when it really counts, right?
Yeah.
Nope. What do? They continue the teabaggery by fucking putting up the second fastest stop of the season, putting Kyle out in front, of the other three. And yeah, the way Kyle Petty put it, you give Kyle Larson 25 laps in an A main feature.
Yeah.
It's over.
I didn't think about it like that either, too, until he said it. I was like, that's literally what Kyle Larson's used to. Like 25 laps, go all out. And I was telling Seth before this, or before Larson won, the losses only get worse. At least for me. Ever since Harvick won a title, it's kind of like your driver wins a title. You don't believe that it's ever going to happen until it happens.
Yeah.
No matter how good they are. And then after it happens, you're like, okay, it's been done. He could do it again, and the losses are even worse. So hope you're looking forward to that.
At least I'll have this one. I'm not that. I'll
Dude,
take it in right now. I'll live.
Let
with
me
it.
give you guys a play-by-play on this whole experience. So Seth's trying to play it cool all week long, all last couple of weeks.
Yeah, since he won Texas.
Yeah, and I could tell he was nervous. He was nervous. Getting a couple days before, you were getting a little bit nervous because you knew what was on the line. We go, man, watching this race, it is from the jump just on edge. You were on edge the entire race.
I mean, he's sitting there leading like on lap 2, and I'm like, oh, he can't put the throttle down. That thing's too loose. We're in trouble.
Yeah. He's like, oh, they're fucked. It's over.
I never once said that.
Yeah. I can tell that's what you're, dude. And then with however many 30 to go or whatever before that last caution came out. I mean, I was sitting there, I was trying to talk to Seth, and Seth he wasn't having it. He was down in the dumps. He knew it was over. And so I Seth, if you guys don't know, is a very, very superstitious person. And we have this theory that whenever I pull for Kyle, he always loses. Well, I had on a Kyle Larson hat, one of Seth's Kyle Larson hats during the race. I shit you not, with like 35 to go, I was like, I'm taking the hat off. I take the hat off. The 5 laps later, the fucking caution comes out. And he bust off that stop. Dude, I could not believe that shit when they came off pit road first. Yeah. And even you didn't even believe that he was still going to win the thing.
Well, I mean, I knew they gave him a chance, and I knew they were better on short runs, but
I don't know. We're sitting there during the caution right before the restart. We're looking at each other. He's not going to win. Just trying to not get nervous, trying to prepare for the disappointment of him not winning. The laps click off, and Seth is like, just can't even. He's doing this. He's doing this number. He's doing this. He had this blanket. He had this blanket wrapped all the way around him, and he's doing this number. And he's like, "This is my security blanket."
Stress blanket.
And stress blanket. And it gets down probably about 5 to go. The last 5 laps, Seth is he won't say anything other than calling out the interval between Truex and Larson. He's like 0.8, 0.7, 0.8, 0.7, 0.8. And it got down to the last lap. He's like 0.5, 0.4, 0.3. He's getting close. 0.4, 0.4. I'm like, Seth, it doesn't matter. He's gonna win.
I didn't stop until they made it all the way off turn 4.
Yeah, and he was off 4, and I was like, it doesn't matter. He won. God, I've seen Larson. I've seen you at races. Larson's won. I've seen you at races. Gordon's won. I've never heard you get emotional. And you didn't, I don't think you cried, but you were getting choked up there at the end of it. You were.
I don't know.
You might not have realized it. You were. And that was, I don't know, it was just cool. Me as, as a fan.
I don't know. You remember me when Gordon won his last race? That was pretty cool. But
yeah, I don't remember you getting real emotional. Granted, we weren't sitting together. Yeah, but like as someone who, I experienced Harvick winning championship, I know how you don't believe it in the moment as a fan. Like you don't. Like it's just like you're overcome with like, oh my God. Like they just did the biggest thing ever. Right?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting to hear you say that because I honestly thought I thought I didn't feel a whole lot of emotion other than like relief. No, and it was odd because I was like, how do I react to this? Like it's such an odd thing. Like,
dude, that was the most. It was the most, some of the most excitement, but then also, I could sense the relief.
Yeah.
That like, okay, the thing that was supposed to happen happened.
Yeah.
But then also like, just, I don't know. It was really cool as your friend to see that happen. And it just made it that much better. I already wanted Kyle to win, but it was just that much cooler seeing how much that meant to you in the moment.
Yeah. And I mean, just taking the last 20 months of being a Kyle Larson fan into account and everything about it, it's been an interesting journey. I wouldn't wish waking up the Monday after Easter last year on anybody. But it's made it all a whole lot more interesting than I think it would have been otherwise.
Yeah.
I don't really know how else to put that, but yeah, it's been an interesting ride.
For you, it's got to be like the perfect year. Never mind. It's not. I know it's not because he didn't win the Southern 500. Seth has wanted Kyle Larson to win the Southern 500 so fucking bad.
Dude, like if I remember saying like, before we went on our 3 races in a row and we knew we were going to go to 5 the 10 playoff races, and I'm just like, man, if I had to pick one, I want the Southern 500. And I think you were like,
your exact quote was, if I had to choose between Kyle Larson winning 19 races in the championship and just winning the Southern 500, I'd choose the 19 races in the championship, but it would be close.
Yeah, it would be. It would be a whole lot closer than you think it would be.
No, I know. I've been with you at every Southern 500 you've been at.
Yeah, so there's backstory to this too a little bit. So you've been to every Southern 500 other than 17 since 15.
Yeah.
But us. Yeah, but. And I've been to every single one other than 17 since 16. So 5 out of the last 6 or whatever. Yeah. Kyle has finished no worse than 3rd in that and the spring race this year. Kyle has finished no worse than 3rd and no better than 2nd in any of those races. And it's just starting to grind at me a little bit. Obviously right now I'm not that upset about it. Well,
we have 17 subscribers, and I bet there's at least 3 of them commenting right now. Bro, he just won the championship. Why are you bitching about him not winning the Southern 500?
Well, I mean, it's the only crown jewel. I don't know.
Hey, man, it's the grind. It's the grind of being a fan.
Yeah.
Nothing's good enough.
Fans get hung up
next year in the Southern 500.
Yeah, I do. I'm not gonna deny that. But like, so wait, hang on. We count Crown Jewels as Daytona 600.
500. I don't count Indy.
We don't count Bristol night race.
I guess, dude, I don't know.
I'm not sure anymore, but we'll call that 4. That's the one I want the most. And yeah, even that was even before he won the Bristol night race, but yeah, definitely now. Yeah. But anyway, irrelevant.
Back on the subject.
Yeah. I had to do something tangenty in this at some point regarding Kyle and not winning something, because I haven't had a whole lot of opportunity to bitch about stuff like that recently, and it's like a part of me is
save
empty.
This for when we do the Seth rant video.
That's gonna be
a fun video.
Oh, that'll be a fun video.
Just me and you going back and forth about the races that we wish we could have back.
Oh God, yeah. Write that down. We're gonna have to do that at some point. But yeah,
I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, we're race fans. I mean, we try to be unbiased in our opinions, but I don't know. It was cool to see him win a championship. We'll put I have a small clip right after Kyle won, after I kind of gathered myself as well, and we got a small clip of Seth losing his shit. We'll put it in the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Beginning of the video. But that aside, let's get into some actual racing talk.
Yep.
Ben Rhodes won the truck championship over Zane Smith, Matt Crafton, and who was the other one that was in there?
John Hunter.
John Hunter. Oh, duh.
Yeah.
John Hunter really wasn't a factor. He got some damage early on, went a couple laps down, got back on the lead lap, never really could get there. Matt Crafton was terrible all night long. Ben Rhodes kind of just whooped them. They pumped up the pressure. Bono pumped up the pressures on Zane Smith's during one of the later cautions, and he was good for a while, and then he fell off real bad. And Ben got back by him and ultimately won. Obviously, John Hunter had a pretty dominant season and probably should have been the one getting it, but that's them's the breaks. No offense to Ryan Blaney.
No offense to Ryan Blaney.
Yeah. But Ben Rhodes gave one of the best media center interviews I think we've ever seen.
Yeah, that shit had us rolling.
He might have topped Brad.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was off his damn rocker. He's like, "This is my friend Bud Light."
They said I got to drink some water.
I said I got to drink some water. I'm in Kentucky. Something about we got all our teeth or something. He was off his damn rocker. It was hilarious.
It was very funny.
You do anything with your day. Hell, you know what? Pause this video right now. Open a new tab and go watch Ben Rhodes' Media Center interview. It'll be worth it. And come back and thank us in the comments. And like our video. And like all our other videos.
And subscribe.
Yeah, that too. Dislike them. I don't give a shit.
Don't do that. Unless you're Jeffrey Earnhardt. And fuck you. Dislike the video.
Oh, well, that leads right into the Xfinity race. Perfect.
Exactly.
Seth, good job.
My new second favorite driver.
His new second favorite driver is Joe Graff Jr. because he wrecked Jeffrey Earnhardt. Leave it at that. We'll get into that story later or another episode. And then it was Noah Gragson, AJ Allmendinger. Kind of weren't really a factor all race long in the Xfinity title hunt. It was kind of duel between Cindric and Hemrick. And really, Cindric had him beat all race long.
Yeah.
For the most part. And there at the end, God, Dave Rogers was Daniel Hemrick is the nicest dude in the world. And it has been many times it has been to his detriment.
Yeah.
Because he won't get that little extra or use that aggression at all to do what he needs to do to win some of these races. Obviously, he's had some terrible luck. He's had the worst luck in the freaking world. Like, I mean, dude couldn't catch a break. Hasn't won a race in 7 years before this race. 7 years. He'd been in Cup not Cup, NASCAR in the top 3 series since, I believe, 2014 or 15. It had to have been in the 14 and the 15. And Dave Rogers just coaching them this whole time, attack, be on offense. Like, this is your day, dude. And it's just trying to will him to fucking be aggressive and do what he has to do, like, to win. And me and you were sitting there. I still didn't believe he was going to do it.
Yeah.
No, not that I didn't think he. Yeah, I didn't. Not only did I not believe I didn't believe he was going to win, but I also didn't believe that he would get aggressive.
Yeah, I didn't think. I didn't think he could get aggressive enough to do it.
Yeah.
Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah, I mean, we're going down the back stretch. Hold on. First of all, AJ Allmendinger spin. Let's talk about this for a second.
That wasn't sus at all, buddy.
That wasn't sus at all. The weirdest thing, dude. Me and you, he spun, and we looked at each other like,
uh-huh.
Now, I mean, granted, looking on the onboard, it kind of. I'm
still not sure
if he did it on purpose, he did a really good job.
Yeah. I think he knew exactly where to upset the car. He put it right on that yellow line.
Yeah.
Got it upset. Oh shit! I spun out. My arm itched.
Yeah. Oh darn. Anyway. Yeah.
No,
so
I guess we were coming in anyway, right?
Yeah. That was. Yeah. Yeah. He was coming in, spun. Totally not on purpose.
Like me in NASCAR. Like me in NASCAR Heat 4 when I had automatic transmission on. Anytime you come into the pits, it just downshifts you right when you're under brakes and just spins your ass the fuck out.
It's like a video game move. Anyway, that set up the last.
That's silly. I'm still gonna send it. Anyway,
that set up the last caution sequence. Cindric had kind of pulled away at that point. Then I believe there's another caution, and it seemed like every time Hemrick would get close to Cindric, there'd be a caution. Hemrick's car would come in, there'd be a caution.
Like last week with Bowman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Hemrick comes down to that last restart, green, white, checkered, and he's right there on Cindric. And me and you are sitting there. Cindric clears him off too. Me and you are both like, he's done. That's it. That was game over. Boy, when he went into 3 and nudged him up the hill, got under him, I don't think me or you have ever jumped up that fucking fast in our life.
Yeah, no.
I mean, dude, we both lost it. Obviously he won. He finally fucking won. Like Daniel Hemrick won a race.
Yeah.
Like, it felt wrong. It felt so wrong in the moment.
Yeah, if I didn't know how to feel about Larson winning on Sunday, then I really didn't know what the fuck to think.
It just felt wrong. But it was it felt so right. I mean, God, I mean, it was one of those like one of those dude perfect videos where they make some ridiculous shot. That's what it seemed like.
Took about as many attempts as a dude perfect video too. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God. But yeah, he won. Daniel Hemrick won. And you could argue, maybe he didn't, the championship should have been, gone to someone else. Cindric and Allmendinger obviously were good all year. But Cindric was right there, dude. Or not Cindric, Hemrick was right there all year. And if it ain't for, if Daniel, what's the saying?
If it wasn't for bad luck, he wouldn't have had any.
Yeah, exactly. If it wasn't for that, yeah, I mean, he'd probably have who knows how many wins this year. What?
I don't know. Thought I heard something. I think it was on your end.
Probably.
It's the only thing I don't like about being in the living room. Don't like about not being in the living room.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, he's worked so hard. He's kind of one of those guys. He came up from nothing, really. Came up through Legends cars and Bandoleros and stuff at Charlotte Motor Speedway, North Carolina boy. Won the Legend Million at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Worked his way up through the ranks the hard way. And, he's got, Poppy Bank, obviously, is funding him and, is taking him, he's funded now, but it's not from, it's not daddy's money. It's not, it's people that believe in him, believe that he's got the talent to do it. And he did it, dude. I mean, he finally won a race.
Yeah.
And
it's still surreal.
It's so weird, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he goes in there, nudges Cindric, they bang doors. I mean, it was what NASCAR has wanted out of this format.
Yeah. No, it's exactly what they wanted
for them.
Yeah.
It was the perfect moment for them. It was the most feel-good story like that you couldn't have scripted any better than that.
Yeah. I mean, I remember in 2011 being like, hey, wouldn't it be great if Edwards and Stewart were banging doors to the line? 10 years ago, and now we finally got something like that. So yeah, that's what NASCAR's been looking for about 10 years now.
Yeah. And I don't know. I'm wearing a Hemrick shirt. I've pulled for Daniel since he was in the NTS 14 truck back in, this was 15 because he went to Brad in 16. That's when I started noticing Daniel Hemrick. And there's been obviously some ups and downs. I've met Daniel several times, kind of got to the point, I met him so many times that he recognized me. And I always would ask him, and it got to the point, I always ask him, will you see that backflip today? He's like, man, we're going to try. Or, yeah, we're going to do it today. And I remember All-Star race when 19, when he was a rookie in Cup, met him before the All-Star race. I said, you going to do a backflip if you make it into the All-Star race? He's like, yeah, we're going to do it. And then he got taken out. Classic.
Yeah.
And
the classic Buddy Pulley jinx.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And just to see him get out of the car, do the backflip. I mean, I was in tears because, that's just me.
Yeah.
I'm an emotional wreck pretty much most of the time. But it was, I don't think I've been like that for any driver other than Harvick.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
And it was a surreal moment of just like, I don't know. It's weird as a fan, like, people that don't watch sports, they don't understand like what the emotion is behind it. Like you go on this journey with that driver.
Yeah.
That team or, whatever sport you watch. And it was just the coolest thing in the world to see him get it done and to finally get it done. And when he did that backflip, dude, it was like I was in a dream. I'm sure everyone was like that. It's like Daniel Hemrick won. He just did a backflip. It's literally something I would have like had a dream about or something like that. And I don't know. It was the coolest thing in the world to see him do it, man.
Yeah, I figured we were gonna wake up and then go, God damn it! What kind of acid trip bullshit did we just go through?
we got up the next morning. And Seth comes out. He's like, "Yeah, that's a weird dream that Daniel Hemrick won."
Anyway, see you at the World of Outlaws World Final today, since it's still Saturday.
Yeah. But just what a finish. What a way to end the championship. Like, I mean, if it's gonna be the Final Four, take it or leave it, format.
Yeah.
That's how you want to see it done, I guess. And I don't know. He said after the race, he'd trade every one of those moments of disappointment after a race, for a night like that. I know it was,
he said he'd do it all over again.
Yeah, do it all over again. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. And then obviously the Cup race. All four of those guys really had their moments in that race where it was like, wow, Chase is going to win another championship, or Truex is going to win, or damn, Denny might finally get it done. I mean, I feel like this was the most evenly contested championship race we've seen since this format came into effect.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the first one had its fair share of parity as well.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
but
Newman never really got up there and led.
Yeah, but he got there. He got there at the end. Yeah. So that was probably the closest. But yeah, I mean, did Denny lead any decent?
I don't think Denny led, but it was. He probably would have there. He was probably gonna win had that caution not come out, because he was running down Truex and he arguably had the faster car.
Yeah. I thought for a while that Truex was going to win the race. It obviously suits him. They were just really consistent over a long run, and even a short run, they weren't bad.
Yeah,
they just needed to have some track position. Yeah, they got kind of stuck back a few spots. It took them a lot longer to get going. But just kind of everything wound up falling right in the lap of the guy they didn't want it to fall in the lap of.
Yeah.
And then
it was
couldn't make it up. So
yeah, it definitely looked like Elliott had the best car in the short run, and Truex had the best car probably overall, but Denny was coming to life. Larson from the jump, I mean, didn't really have the car, led those opening couple laps, and then Cliff just kept grinding away at it. Every run, every pit stop, they would make that car a little bit better.
They made some big swinging adjustments to it throughout the race too. I mean, they weren't fucking off that day. They were trying to make sure that thing got as good as they could possibly get it. I wonder.
Did he win stage 2?
Yeah, he did.
And they sort of dialed the car out, or maybe didn't dial it out. Just the other guys caught up.
I think it was part of that. The guys, I think the other guys caught up, but
Denny definitely, because Denny wasn't good at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, Denny. I thought Denny was for a lot of the race the worst of the four.
Yeah,
and by a decent margin. I think he was running like 8 for a lot of the race, 6 or 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
Whenever the other 3 were up 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, except for those rare moments where Blaney led for a while. Harvick got up there.
Harvick was up there. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was just those two that weren't part of the 4.
Yeah. Elliott was he was strong in the beginning of the race, and then Truex kind of came on there, and it was kind of a battle there that coming down to it between the Toyotas were good on the long runs, the Chevys were good on the short run, and it really, I mean, Larson's sitting there 4th with 30 to go.
Yeah,
he's
and
4th.
He, as he put it, Blaney was like 2 laps away from passing him.
Yeah. Chase wasn't going to get there. It was going to be a Martin Truex, Denny Hamlin duel to the finish, and it looked like Hamlin was going to get it done.
Yeah.
And then obviously the caution comes out. It was David Starr's brake rotor explodes.
My other favorite driver, David Starr.
Yeah. And they bust off that pit stop, dude. And it was like right then. I mean, you could hear it even in Marty Snyder's voice, like when he was calling the race off pit road, like, holy shit. Like,
yeah, I think I had severe tunnel vision because I thought it looked a little slow, if I'm being honest with you.
I thought, dude, I did too. I thought it looked slow too. You said it in the moment.
Yeah.
And then he says 11.8. I'm like, I don't know. That's pretty fucking fast.
Yeah, it's just it looked on like the right rear. It looked slow.
Dude,
I don't.
did.
Yeah, it was so odd. And yeah, they dropped the jack and they put up 11.8 on the board, and I'm like, the fuck? How?
Yeah, even only having to go to that line to win the race off pit road, they still coming from 3rd, 4th, they had to bust off an amazing stop, and they did.
Yeah,
I mean, and that's the thing, we've seen it out of this team all year long, especially in the playoffs, because obviously they were lights out fast through most of the first 26 races of the year, and I'm sorry, they weren't there in the playoffs. They weren't that lights out team. There were flashes of it. They were contested at Bristol 21.
Yeah.
Nowhere near the best car at the road.
No.
Obviously, he dominated Texas. He was not the best car at Kansas, and he was definitely not the best car here at Phoenix. But it's like Cliff Daniels, it's that old Chack and now's Jimmy Johnson, type deal where you just never count them out because they just always find a way. I mean, it was the alternator at the Roval, came back from that. It was in Kansas. It was whatever. I don't remember Kansas even. He wasn't the best car, but he got. Yeah. And it was
like 4th best car or something. Yeah.
And I said it on this podcast, like, that's their championship winning team for the simple fact that the days they aren't good, they still find a way. And they found a way.
Yeah.
When we thought it was all over, they found a way. And he went out there and drove his ass off.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That last 25 laps kind of reminded me of the second segment for Kyle in the Knoxville Nationals. If anybody watching didn't watch the Knoxville Nationals, Kyle the Knoxville, it's 50 laps. They break it up into 225 lap segments, if you don't know. But they were leading at the halfway mark, and then they come in and pit. They restart for the second final segment in the A main, and Kyle jumps out to a decent lead, and then all of a sudden here comes Donnie Schatz, and Kyle had to hang on, and he was able to make it work by just running his line, which that time was the bottom. They said it took rubber or something, so he's running the bottom. But yeah, that's what he did on Sunday. He jumped out a bit, about 8 tenths. I I'd have been a whole lot less stressed out if it was 8 seconds, but about 8/10, and then kind of just held his line, running that top side line that he was running all day. That worked for him for the most part. Yeah,
well, that was another thing. Like Cliff in the middle of the run, Truex was running him down a little bit. Cliff's like, "You're gonna have to get higher."
Yeah, Kyle
And
is. It's almost amazing how many times this season we saw they go out for like the first run, maybe to the comp yellow, maybe to the stage break, whatever it was, and Kyle get this constructive criticism about his line or his entry or back it up, whatever. He would get all that kind of information from Cliff and his spotter and just immediately put it to use and gain 2/10 just based off that information. It's incredible because you there's so many guys out there like, hey, don't fucking tell me how to drive, just fix a damn car.
Yeah.
And Kyle's just like, yeah, if you see something wrong with what I'm doing, yeah, fucking tell me and I'm gonna fix it in 2 laps.
It's amazing the trust that Kyle has in Cliff. Like it's like he doesn't question. He's never all year long he's never questioned a thing Cliff tells him to do or says he's gonna do to the car. Kyle's just like, okay. And it's just like, that is scary. That's gotta be scary for the competition. Because I mean,
like, how are these two even gonna get in an argument? You know, they're on the same exact fucking page. It's not like Chad and Jimmy, as great as they were, golly, they went at each other's throat all the time. I mean, they went for blood too. They didn't hold back.
And even when they were at their height, I mean, they still got into it every now and then. I mean, they literally, it's insane. How that is. And I mean, you said all year, there'll be a call, you'll question what Cliff is doing, and it always works out.
We started saying, whatever I say is wrong by default, just because I said it. Whatever Cliff does is right by default because Cliff did it.
Yeah. It won't make any sense. Like Cliff's like, look, Kyle, we're gonna only take 2 tires and we're gonna take the other 2 tires off completely. And you're just gonna go out there and do it. Seth will be like, that's stupid, and Larson will go out there and win the damn race.
I'm like, never mind. Do not listen to me.
Yeah.
I'm not a professional.
Yeah.
I think
despite
also,
popular belief, Seth is not as good as a crew chief as Cliff Daniels. Close.
Debatable.
Close.
But
Close.
I mean, it's just like I feel like whenever Cliff tells Kyle something, he just believes that it works. I think that's part of it too.
I think part of it is, I mean, it's no secret Kyle Larson doesn't know dick about race cars.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think that probably has a lot to do with it too. That, I mean, he doesn't know any better, so do whatever.
Yeah.
But Cliff believes in him more than anything as well. I mean, that's something Kyle hasn't had. I mean, Chad Johnson was an asshole to him.
Yeah, I do not miss the Chad Johnston era of Kyle Larson's career at all.
Yeah, I mean, Chad would be. Oh.
Chad was good at bringing initially fast cars to the racetrack
and dialing them out.
And dialing them completely out. And like, I remember the Bristol night race 2018, I think. I was listening to Kyle's radio communications the whole race. Every fucking time they asked Kyle how the car was, he's like, it's loose on throttle. Every time. Like, they never fixed it at all. Like, I don't even know if they made an attempt at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they did, but like, Cliff Daniels would have had that thing running rails
Yeah.
Chad, I firmly believe at this point that if you just put Cliff Daniels with Kyle Larson at Ganassi, they would be almost as good as they are now. And if you put Chad Johnston with Kyle at Hendrick, they would be exactly where they were in 2019.
God. I mean, just to kind of put a cap on Kyle Larson, I mean, 10 wins this year. I mean, we haven't seen a double-digit win total since Jimmy Johnson in 2007. He led the most laps. I guess we determined what percentage-wise.
I would assume. Yeah, I would assume.
Either way, the most laps in NASCAR history.
Yeah, for sure, actual quantity in a 36 race season, but it has to be less laps than 95 because, well, I mean, they had 5 less races, but 5 more road courses. So I don't know. But yeah,
either way,
it's got to be close.
Either way.
Yep.
And that's just NASCAR. I mean, he won the All-Star race as well. Then he won Knoxville Nationals, the Chili Bowl, Kings Royal, and then the big late model race. I can't remember the name of it. Whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Kyle wins too much. I lose track.
Yeah. And then, like, you know, who knows how many other sprint car races he won this year.
Yeah.
I mean, he is, we've said it before, many people have said it, but I don't know how you can argue he's the greatest race car driver in the world right now.
I mean, I guess it depends on how you categorize it, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty. I
don't know of any other driver that can get in anything right now and win.
Yeah.
Tony Stewart can't do it right now. He could at one point. He can't do it right now.
Yeah.
Scott Dixon, I mean, we haven't seen him in anything else. I feel like he could get in some other cars and do well. I don't see him getting in a cup car and winning.
I don't see him getting in a sprint car and winning.
Yeah.
Maybe in a little bit.
Yeah. Lewis Hamilton, I definitely don't see.
He's not even the best in Formula One right now.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know how you can really argue against it. And I mean, we sound like we're sucking Kyle Larson's dick every damn episode.
That and NASCAR.
Well, to be fair, we've talked about him for about a grand total of like 1:20 in the rest of the 9 videos.
We've tried to completely avoid it, and he won 4 of those races
we
too.
Tried, and we just oh yeah, Larson won again. Anyway, here's Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, and Rick Roy Racing.
Yeah. I've been personally trying to not talk about Kyle Larson because I was avoiding the disappointment in this episode. That's exactly what I was doing this entire time. And now I don't have to worry about that. So fuck it. We're going to talk all about Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson drug his nutsack across the entire field this year.
It was disgusting Teabaggery, and I'm all here for it.
Yeah.
I will continue to say that exactly like that too. So,
and I apologize to any woman that I decide to marry or be with in the future, because you're just not gonna live up to Caitlin Larson standing on the stage while her husband's accepting the cup title and you're sitting there shotgunning a beer. No woman's going to be able to live up to that.
Yeah.
At least for me. I don't speak. Anybody else, you speak for yourself. But that's pinnacle. That is A1, 10 out of 10. Like.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
That's exactly what we're looking for over here. Just apply if you're interested.
Yeah. Look, how close can you get to that? I mean, dude, he has to have a huge dick. I don't know if we could say that on here, but I'm just saying.
No, Kyle, come out here and prove us wrong or right. Come on, man.
Not even Larson, just Kyle Larson, just the way he carries himself.
He carries himself like he's surprised all these things happen. So I don't know.
Dude, right? I've never seen Kyle Larson cry. And apparently he cries all the fucking time, according to him.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know the dude had an emotion other than,
We won.
and then he's falling in the fucking car on the cool down lap. I'm like, oh, yeah, he is human. Wow. Weird.
Steve Phelps called him Young Money.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was funny. Yeah.
Steve Phelps looked excited to be handing the trophy to Kyle Larson. Well, yeah, actually,
I mean, he handed the trophy to the guy who he should be handing the trophy to.
I think this all played out 100% exactly the way NASCAR wanted it to.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not initially in 14, like when they came up with this. Maybe their idea was it'll be bullshit chaos. But with all the backlash, whether they admit they have it or not, you know, fucking manipulating the fan council and whatever. But they absolutely wanted this, where instead of Kyle Larson needing to go out and finish 28th or whatever it was to win the title, he needed to go out and win, and he did.
Yeah.
So it was exciting. It was nerve-wracking. It took years off of my life. But the thing that happened is what was supposed to happen.
Yeah. And
I think that's a win-win for NASCAR. And
let me play devil's advocate here. I feel like it makes these moments where the guy that should win wins that much sweeter, but it also cheapens those championships when it doesn't happen.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
And I feel like there's a balance there. And I feel like Junior said this. I'm going to piggyback off what he said that we have this format. We changed the format so much when it was the chase. We have this format. We got to, for brand recognition and like for just consistency, we got to stick with this, you know, and make small tweaks at it before we could go and do something else. And as you know, love it or hate it, for the sake of sport, it creates these moments. And we have it. It needs to stay at least for a while, just for the sport's sake. Whether it's kind of a catch-22 in a sense.
I had a point. Oh yeah, my only point would be is you and I were at the World of Outlaws World Final this past weekend.
Yeah.
And all three of those titles had been decided.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks in advance, whatever it was for each respective series. And that place was fucking packed. Yeah. Now I don't know how many people were watching on Dirt Vision or whatever, but so that's my only thing. If I am talking to NASCAR, is that people still want to come out to the race. If I have a ticket for Martinsville, which is the second to last race of the season, obviously, and the title's already locked up, I don't go. I wouldn't go. Oh, well, never mind. I don't have to go now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And it's just like, did people really stop watching in 2003 or 1998 or whatever year? Where did they really? I can't.
It was one of those things. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they tried to fix it. Can't
think of anything else they've done like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
What it is, we got what we got. Larson won. It's what should have happened. And it's good for the sport. Love, like or dislike Larson, like or dislike the format. This is good for the sport, and it's good. I feel like for the health of the sport, having a dominant season like this. Like, I mean, people are going to look back at this, and it's going to be up there with the Gordon 98 or, like, you know, Jimmy Johnson, you know, 2007 or, you know, championships in the past, you know, Earnhardt's and Petty's. And it's,
I mean, those are the guys he's in the same category as right now.
Yeah. Well, you know, future will tell, you know, whether he stays in that category.
Well, I mean, this specific season is in that category. Yeah, this specific,
Yeah.
and it will always be in that category. You can't. Yeah. I mean, Kyle could never win a cup race again, and this season's still in that category.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it was the Southern. Unless if I had to choose between Kyle winning 8 championships in a row from here on out, and him winning the Southern 500 once, I would choose the 8 championships in a row, but it would be close.
Anyway, so I forgot what the hell it is. God dang it, Seth. It was the end of it's an end of an era, dude. The Gen 6 is no more. It's all next gen now.
All but 2 of the cup races I've ever been to have been Gen 6 races.
Yeah.
It's weird to say out loud, but yeah, that's the truth of it. So
it's funny. The team that won the first Gen 6 championship and race won the last Gen 6 championship and race.
Funny how things work that way, right?
Yeah.
Same thing
overall,
same thing with the COT. Not the championship, but the race. It's the same car. It was Kyle Busch at Bristol, and it was Jeff Gordon. They did the team swap the year before.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. But it overall, I think the Gen 6, it was a good car. I personally, I mean, they went through so many different changes with it. But I think overall, it was a solid car. I think people give it a lot of shit, but I mean, racing is going to be racing.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't seen a complete overhaul of and redesign of a stock car like we have with the next gen. So, I mean, but I feel like the Gen 6, it looked good. I feel like it raced good in more seasons than it didn't. And we saw some great races out of the Gen 6. I don't know. Definitely the end of an era. I mean, so much. It's kind of transitioned us from where we were into what the sport's, you know, gonna be all in one car. Into the 5 lug nuts. Never see that again. In fact, the rest of the video will do this. This whole. Where's that? There we go.
Hang on. I can go grab one of mine.
Yeah, there we go. It's dirty. Don't put it too far on there. I got one of these stuck on my finger when I was a little kid.
You must have a tiny ass finger. This is my pinky, and that's as far as I can get it.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. You gotta go to the gym more.
Hey, guy. That's great.
No offense to Ryan Blaney.
No more 5 lug nuts. Number's going to be different. Hell, what else is going to be different? Everything.
We got the rear heat dehumidifier now.
Rear dehumidifier.
That is going to take a moment for me to get used to seeing.
Yeah, no more Starcom racing. No more Quinn Houff.
Pour one out for our boy Quinn.
Pour one out for my boy Quinn. I don't have anything to pour out for him, so whatever.
I mean, it wouldn't be worth wasting whatever liquid it was anyway.
No. Brad's leaving to go to Roush. It's the end of a lot of things, but a new beginning. And I'm excited for the Busch Light Clash.
Yeah, I am too. They finally I got fucking grease on my finger. Thanks, buddy. What a great idea. Yeah, they finally fully embraced like a dirt racing format for one of these non-points events. So I'm kind of excited about that. It just makes me really wish they'd just go to Bowman Gray Stadium. I know there's like 100,000 less seats there, but whatever.
Yeah. The next gen's on the horizon. Gonna be wild. It's gonna be interesting. There's something else I was gonna talk about. I can't remember. I remember. So Rick Ware Racing, apparently they're not gonna lose the charter.
Of course, it's Rick Ware Racing.
Yeah.
God
bless. It's gonna be some good things. Well, no, hold on, let me get this out of the way. Cody Ware had the most penalties out of anyone this year, with 14. But Josh Bilicki completed, I think it was the third most laps out of anyone this year.
I think that's what it was, yeah.
In Rick Ware's car. So, I mean, look at Rick Ware, man. We shit on him a lot, and we're going to continue to do so.
Unless they step it up.
No,
we're still going to do it. They could be like 18-time Cup champions, and we'd be like, Rick Ware fucking racing.
God dang. Yeah. So
they'll be like, everybody will be like, how trendy of you to talk about the most dominant team in Cup history. I'm like, we were doing this when they sucked ass. Yeah. They sucked so much ass that if you put every ass in the world together and sucked all of them, you wouldn't suck as much ass as Rick Ware Racing.
My God. Anyway, so good on Josh Bilicki.
Say that out loud for so long now.
Anyway. So anyway, good on Josh Bilicki for that. I don't know, dude. It's been a wild ride. 10 weeks ago, we didn't have 11 weeks ago, we didn't even have an idea for a podcast, and now here we are 10 weeks in. And
no, 11 weeks ago, you were spending my money to get this off the ground.
Okay. All right. 12 weeks ago. Anyway, so it's been a wild journey and just getting started, man.
Yeah.
We got coming up, we got lots of cool things. We're not gonna disclose everything, but went to the World of Outlaws World Finals over the weekend. We got some footage from that.
We got an interview with Brad Sweet.
Yeah,
didn't happen.
We'll explain that one later. Got a cool video going to be coming out after that, and then hopefully some really cool one-on-ones with some cool people coming up here soon. So stay tuned. Big Motor, Small Blade. It's been a hell of a season, man. We're gonna do it. We'll do a little bit more of a full season recap for you guys in a different video. But I mean, anything you want to say?
No, I think Kyle Larson did all the talking for me.
Yeah, I just
there's little Kyle up there watching us.
Yeah, these 10 weeks, man. I mean, we've witnessed some shit, man. I mean, Chase and Kevin, you know,
both rounds of that.
I mean, the playoffs have been nuts, and in the end, Kyle the fuck Larson, man.
Yeah,
got it done.
The fuck Larson.
Kyle Larson. Ben Rhodes gave a drunk interview. Daniel Hemrick won, and Kyle Larson is NASCAR. I was about to say Sprint
Sprint
Cup.
Cup.
Kyle Larson is the NASCAR Cup Series champion. So I mean, I don't know what else to say other than that.
Yeah, I'll let you know in 2 weeks when that sinks in.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you guys, all however many 17 of you, for coming along with us on this journey throughout the playoffs. Thank you to everybody we talked to on Buddy Pulley Safari. If anyone that we talked to that's watching this video, comment down below, contact us on social media. We'd love to, give you a shout out on, kind of our end of season review video. And yeah, just thank you to everybody. And I don't know, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was certainly an interesting experience the first time we fired up the camera in Darlington to do the Buddy Pulley Safari. But yeah, it all went great. Met a lot of cool people out there. Shout out to Bill's Mafia that we didn't see in Martinsville, which y'all were supposed to be there. What the hell, guys?
Yeah. Bill's Mafia, all the mics we talked to.
Yeah, that's become the running theme. Next year, we're just going to call everybody Mike.
Yeah. My twin in Darlington with the shirt. God, who else? We talked to some fucking wild people. The dudes with the 5 painted on their chest.
Oh yeah, the Charlotte video.
Yeah, dude. Oh God. And like I ended up, that guy works in the same like franchise as me. And like he walked into my store and I'm like, what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah.
And like, oh dude, the fucking guy that worked at Hendrick.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean,
Cool,
the shit we heard from that guy.
Yeah.
Was wild. And then the people at Bristol, all those people, the whole group with the sleeping Chase Elliott fan and the Logano fan. That was a good group. God, trying to not forget anybody. It's hard, man. We had so many cool people we talked about.
How many different groups of people did you shotgun a beer with?
A lot.
Yeah.
Oh God. A whole lot.
That dude who kept interrupting us when we were trying to record at Darlington.
Oh my God, yes. Dude, guys, you don't know how much of a struggle that first episode was.
Yeah. That didn't even end up in the video because
we had this guy, this Chase Elliott fan, these fucking Chase Elliott fans. Like he kept walking up and like trying to say something. I'm like, guy, we're trying to do something here.
This is not interactive. Stop this.
Yeah, no. He like came up and was like, yeah. He's like, the turning point in the race was when Chase missed pit road, and that's what lost the race for him. I'm like, he wasn't there.
Yeah.
The entire God, dude, that shit.
And then we started.
That's the reason we don't film at the racetrack anymore.
Yeah. Like, that and my drunk ass at Bristol.
Oh God, yeah, forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, if y'all haven't heard that, since we didn't really get to talk about it a whole lot, I was just slamming beers at Bristol. Like I didn't even think about it.
We saw.
Well, yeah, but so context, I was slamming beers at Bristol. Kyle, he's about to win the race. It was 2 to go, I think. And I just ran. And I got to the start.
No one knew where the fuck Seth was. Yeah.
Yeah. I just ran. I got to the start finish line in time for him to start giving his interview. I think he was just getting out of the car when I got there. I ran that fast, my drunk ass. I'm like, move, fucking move. And so yeah, then I woke up the next day and I was like, why the hell am I so sore?
God, man. What fucking, it was weird, man.
Yeah. Hard to believe. Yeah, we did the thing we set out to do.
Yeah, thank you to all however many subscribers.
Yeah, we're done. We accomplished all our goals.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah, we got all 17 that we want. Signing off. No, we'll be back all through the off season, but also in 2022. I'm I'm Big Moter.
I'm Small Blade.
Big Motor Small Blade Podcast. See you next year.
Fuck you, Jeffrey Earnhardt.